Welcome to Mystery Handicap. Before I take a look at the Grade 1 Whitney Stakes, I want to welcome all of you who have recently subscribed to the channel. I want to thank you for subscribing. Picked up some new subscribers last week. Welcome to the channel. I also want to say congratulations to Sovereignty, winner of the Jim Dandy Stakes. What a phenomenal race by Sovereignty. And Baeza, congratulations to Baeza as well. Baeza ran his best race. He's just not good enough to be Sovereignty. And a big congratulations to Nisos. We should be seeing Nisos and Sovereignty in the Breeders' Cup Classic, which should turn out to be one of the best Breeders' Cup Classic races ever. There's 4 Grade 1 races at Saratoga this weekend. I'm going to post a full field analysis for all 4 of those races. There's a Grade 1 race at Del Mar as well. I'm going to post a full field analysis for that race as well. This one, Grade 1 Whitney, this is a good one. It's a 1 8 with a purse of $1 million. And it features 2 Breeders' Cup Classic winners. I don't know if there's ever been a race that had 2 Breeders' Cup Classic winners compete against each other. Also, 8 of these horses have earned over $1 million. This should be a good race. Let's take a look at the field. The 1-horse Mindframe at 5-2, trained by Todd Pletcher, owned by Mike Rapoli. Out of 7 races, 5 wins and 2 second-place finishes. Won the Grade 1 Stephen Foster last time out. But Pletcher and Rapoli, well, they have another horse enter into this race as well by the name of Fierceness. And Pletcher doesn't want Mindframe and Fierceness to compete against each other, at least not in this race. Breeders' Cup Classic, yes, but not in the Whitney, so Pletcher said he's going to scratch Mindframe. He just entered Mindframe in case of maybe something goes wrong with Fierceness during the weekend. Sometimes these horses come down with a fever and become late scratches. So as long as Fierceness is in the race, then Mindframe is going to scratch out of it. So I'm not going to use Mindframe on my tickets. Now, if Fierceness scratches, then I will use Mindframe on my tickets. Let's take a look at the 2-horse, Skippy Longstocking, at 10-1. Competed in this race last year. He finished 5th, behind by 8.5. He's run some pretty good races, this horse. That Gold Cup, 108, winning by 3/4 of a length. Charlestown Classic, 103, ran away with that one, 5 3/4. Oaklawn Handicap, 102, won by 2 lengths. He's won 9 graded stakes races. But those races were either Grade 2 or Grade 3. Now, in Grade 1 races, well, he hasn't done so well. He's 0 for 8 in Grade 1 races. You're getting 10-1 on the 2-horse, and you are getting Jose Ortiz. Take a look at Highland Falls at 8-1, trained by Brad Cox, owned by Godolphin. Brad Cox won this race in 2021 with Knicks Go. And Godolphin won this race in 2016 with Frosted. Luis Saez has never won this race. A few races back, Highland Falls won a Jockey Club Gold Cup by 4. It's a nice speed figure. Breeders' Cup Classic, well, he struggled. Next time out, off a layoff of several months. That was an impressive win, winning by 5.5. Getting 8-1 on the 3-horse Highland Falls. I'll use him on my tickets at 8-1. Mama's Gold at 50-1. He should be forward in this race, and well, Sierra Leone is going to like that, because Sierra Leone needs some pace to run into, and this horse looks like a pace setter. Let's put together a few good wins. An Empire Classic, 102, that's nice. And about 4 1/4, 40-1 in that race. But this is his first time in a graded stakes race, so he's taking a big step up in class. But he likes the distance. Out of 8 tries, 4 wins, and 3 second-place finishes. Getting 50 to 1 on the 4-horse, Mama's Gold. Let's take a look at Sierra Leone at 2 to 1. He needs some pace to run into. And he might get it in this one. Out of 11 races, he's never been out of the money. 4 wins, 4 second-place finishes, and 3 third-place finishes. He also likes the distance. 3 races back, he won the Breeders' Cup Classic. Yeah, he got a perfect pace setup in that one. Won it by a length and a half, 7 to 1. Next time out, New Orleans Classic off a layoff, he disappointed. He was your overwhelming favorite. Finishing 3rd behind by 4.5. Chad Brown said, we had to find somewhere to place him. And, well, we ended up at the fairgrounds in a Lasix race where 2 Lasix-dependent mediocre horses took advantage of the rules. Yep, that's what Chad Brown said. It's kind of harsh. He said we shouldn't have run him at the fairgrounds. Sierra Leone finished 3rd behind Touch Upon a Star and Hall of Fame. And yes, both of those horses are very dependent on Lasix. The next time out, Stephen Foster finished 2nd to Mindframe. It's a nice race. Not bad at all. Now, he's 0 for 3 at this track, but he runs well at Saratoga. Getting 2 to 1 on the 5-horse, Sierra Leone. I will use Sierra Leone on my tickets. Disarm at 15 to 1. Trained by Steve Asmussen, written by Joel Rosario. Is he better as a 3-year-old? Won the grade 3 mat win. Couple races back off a long layoff, he did win by a neck in allowance race. No Oaklawn handicap, didn't do so well. Finishing 4th, and by 8 3/4. He's coming in off a more than 3-month layoff, but he runs well off a layoff. He has 4 wins, but his only grade stakes win was that grade 3 mat win back in June 2023. He's got some nice workouts coming into this one. Getting 15 to 1 on a 6-horse. Disarm. Let's take a look at White Abarrio. Trained by Safi Joseph. He couldn't win outside the state of Florida under Safi, when Safi first trained him. He was graded when he raced in Florida. When they took him outside of Florida, he struggled. Then he switched him over to Richard Dutro. And 2 years ago, he won this race by 6 1/4. That was his first win outside of Florida. And he sent him to the West Coast, Breeders' Cup Classic, and he became a Breeders' Cup Classic winner under Richard Dutro. Then he got greedy. Sent him to Saudi Arabia for the Saudi Cup, and that was a bad idea. In Metropolitan Handicap, he struggled in that race, finishing 5th behind by 10. Then he took him away from Dutro, gave him back to Safi. Safi raced him back in Florida. He won by 10 in an allowance race. A couple races after that, won the Pegasus World Cup by 6 1/4. Nice speed figure in that one. And then ran away with the Ghost After by 5 1/4. Last time out, could he win outside of Florida for the first time under Safi Joseph? And the answer was no. Finished 4th I'm by 5 1/4 now. Maybe it was the sloppy track. Maybe it was the Wilson Chute at Saratoga. But he didn't race well last time. Getting Irad Ortiz. Irad Ortiz knows how to win this race now. Since 2018, he's won this race 4 times. 4-1 on the 7-horse White Abarrio. I will use White Abarrio on my tickets. Contrary thinking at 50-1. My goodness, what is he doing in this race? Trained by Chad Brown. Well, Chad Brown also trained Sierra Leone. He's owned by Peter Brandt. Peter Brandt is also one of the owners of Sierra Leone. Somebody, give me a carrot, because I see a rabbit. I think that's the purpose of this horse in this race. Is to go out ahead and push the pace. Set a fast pace for his buddy, Sierra Leone. Hitting 50-1 on the 8-horse. Contrary thinking. Oh boy, let's take a look at Fierceness. At 9-5. Multiple Grade 1 winner, Fierceness. And always the question about this horse is, which Fierceness are we going to get? On the Champagne, he was the favorite, 7th. Then in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, he won that race by 6 1/4. He looked awesome. Then came back in the Holy Bull, 1-5, and he finished 3rd. And next time out in Florida Derby, he looked awesome again, winning by 13. In Kentucky Derby, he was the favorite. He finished 15 behind by 24. Which Fierceness are we going to get? Jim Dandy, he won that race. Then the Travis, well, he won that race. Hold on. Back-to-back wins for the first time. Maybe this is the real Fierceness. Breeders' Cup Classic, he was part of a fast pace. He ran well in that race, finishing 2nd to Sierra Leone. Then off a layoff, and Ali Sheba won by a 1.5 lengths. Nice speed figure in Ali Sheba. Last time out in the Met Mile, sloppy track maybe didn't like that. That Wilson Chute was kind of tricky. Finished 2nd in that race. He likes this track. Out of 4 tries, 3 wins and a 2nd place finishing. He likes this distance. I'm going to use Fierceness on my tickets. And to close out this field is Post Time. 18 races. Never out of the money. And he's 12-1. I like a horse like this. This horse shows up. He's been against some tough fields. Finished 2nd in the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. Finished 3rd in this race last year at 25-1. On the Grade 2 Quarter. 12-1 on the 10-horse Post Time. You would like a little pace to run into, and he just might get it. Watch out for Post Time at 12-1. So these are the horses that I'm using. I'm using Fierceness, Sierra Leone, Highland Falls, and White Abarrio. Now, if Fierceness, for some reason, scratches out of this race and Mindframe gets in, then not only would I use Mindframe on my tickets, I'm going to pick Mindframe to win. But as long as Fierceness is in the race, we're not expected to get Mindframe. So the horse I'm going to pick to win, I'm going to go with the 9-horse, Fierceness. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Let me know who you're picking in this race. It should be a good one. Good luck.